Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about reasons and why I decided not to marry an inmate that was already locked up. So, it's kind of self-explanatory. I basically got a little bit smart and some sense up here and decided not to do that because clearly it didn't make sense. So, the first thing, you don't know how this person's going to act when they get out. You don't know if they're going to switch up. You don't know if they're about to act different. You don't know if they got 15 girls they've been talking to, sending getting money sent to them while they was in prison. You don't know if they're going to come to your house and take everything. And I'm not saying everybody does this. There are some good inmates that come out, reformed, changed, don't cheat, was loyal, but I just couldn't do it. I said no. I didn't go through with the paperwork. I didn't go through with any of that because then I literally woke up and realized, what the hell am I doing? There's so many available men out here, and you're gonna go to prison and go marry somebody in there. Like, come on, Jay, get it together. That's what I had to say. So, another big reason is all of my family members said no. I called my mom. She went off, hung up. I called my dad. He straight up just said no. He hung up. I called my sister. She asked if everything was okay, if something was wrong when I asked her. So clearly she said no. My granny, before she passed, bless her soul, she said no thanks, and she hung up. Some people I was cool with at the time, they clearly said no. I think it was like one or two people said yes. I think it was one person said yes. Another one of my friends said that they would come there and scream and try to block it, where they would say, no, we do not want this person to get married, start screaming, doing all crazy type of stuff. But as I got to thinking about it, I was like, okay, people that are in prison, they basically sell you dreams. They tell you they're going to do this when they get out. They're going to have you do this. They're going to go there with you. They're going to go on vacations. You're going to start a family. They want to be married to you. You're the one for them. Nobody can ever replace you. You're going to be the best thing in the world for them. Absolutely not. Like, that's not reality. Like I said, some people can come out and they can be good about it, but others cannot. And at that point, I'm not allowing that to happen. I'm not going to sit here like a dummy and get played. For what? When that person gets out, I can see how that person's moving. But until then, I'm not rocking with it. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not listening to, because I've got burnt too many times before. And if you think I'm going to hop on a faith of leaf, and start a new leaf and think that it's going to be all butterflies and Barbies, like, no, it's not. Everything they keep writing on that JPay is a dream. Everything they're going to say that they're going to do when they get out is a dream. I had to realize, and I had to wake up and say, what would make you want to marry this inmate that you can't go find it in somebody else? There's enough screwed up men around here that I'm dealing with that aren't even in prison. So what makes me think that somebody that's been locked up for basically all their life, like the most they get out, duration of what, 1 or 2 years, and then they're back in there, what's going to make me think that when they come out, they're not going to be that way, or they're going to change and they're not going to go back to prison? Come on now. That's all they know, and that's all they know how to get back to. And I'm not going to be part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. And that's why I realized that, hey, you need to grow up. I got 2 kids. Like, you can find love. If you don't find love, I'm cool with that. I don't need that. Like I said on that last video, I don't need friends or a man. I'm cool on that. But what I'm not going to do is allow myself to get in a situation and then I have to try to get out of it. A lot of people don't know. Like, my sister started sending me links and was like, do you know that if you get married to them and they have debt and all that stuff, it's going to go to you? Huh? Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because I'm not taking it. I didn't do that crime with you. I was not in prison. I'm not coming out and taking your debt. That's not something I'm going to do. That's not something I'm going to allow myself to get in and do. Married or not, I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to sit here and look dumb and worry about who you was talking to on JPay, who you was calling when I didn't pick up the phone, what women you were using for money. Because that's their favorite line. Oh, I didn't like that person. I wasn't really fucking with them like that. I was just using her for money. To get out, they be having a whole life with that person. Like, no. Marriage is something serious. So if I finally, it kind of clicked to my head, like, what are you doing? Like, is this a midlife crisis? Is something wrong? Nobody needs love that bad. And like I said, I'm not sitting here saying all inmates are bad or something's wrong with them, but something was wrong with me clearly at that time, to not thinking logically, to not thinking I'm gonna have a husband, he's gonna come home, we're gonna be all happy, he's gonna live here. Everything he was saying on the JPay app, everything he was saying on Global Connectel is gonna happen. Like, I'm so excited. That's not like, I probably say 90% of the relationships don't work that come from out of prison. Like, it's not gonna work. All that fairy tale and all that stuff, it's not real. And I had to wake up to self. Do you really want to sit here and go marry this person? Self, every single person in your family, your friends, they all said no. They said, no, I am not coming to this shit show. That's what they told me. I'm not coming to this shit show. Like, I think at the time, the person that was talking to me, and they were like religious. They were a Muslim. So, always going by the Quran, talking about the book, talking about not lying because that's not in their religion. Like, I was really falling for it. Like, sending me big paragraphs of like scriptures and like positive affirmations. It was really good. Um, Saying he wanted to move out here when he got out here. He was gonna run his business, have a CDL, be a guidance counselor, all this type of stuff. But no, I'm not going for it. If you think I'm gonna have somebody living up in here with me, you're gonna have to have your shit together before you even hit the door or hit this state. Why would I take on somebody that don't know anybody in my state, that's just gonna be living here, and I don't know you from a can of paint, but from phone calls and JPay messages? What do I look like? And then he basically tried to trick me and basically tell me, hey, um, everybody doesn't get a chance like this. Everybody's not lucky to have a man like me. I'm really that. I'm really that. I'm really him. I'm really doing it out here. You're gonna see when I get out here how I'm gonna be put on. We're gonna have everything we want. We're gonna be going to Dubai. I mean, just selling me all these dreams. And like, some of the stuff he was saying wasn't adding up. And some of the simple little stuff he couldn't even do. So I'm like, okay, granted, even though if you locked up, people behind bars be getting money. Like, my baby daddy, when we was cool, was sending me money endless. So it's all type of ways to make money while you're in prison. I don't want to hear that. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and look like Boo Boo the Fool, get stuck in a marriage I can't get out of, be with somebody I'm not really happy with just because I was happy with the conversation. It's a difference. Conversation and being in front of that person is two different things. And that's what he was saying. He was like, you keep saying that, but what we are talking and messaging, that's how we're going to be in person. No, we're not. Like, I get mad like this, honey. When I'm hanging up on the phone or you hanging up on me and I can't call the prison back, what you think it's going to be when I'm in your face? Like, it's not going to be peaches and cream. So I had to let it go. I was like, I just can't do it. And it wasn't one, it was two guys. The other one he was from my childhood, but he's been in prison since middle school, on and off, middle school, high school, 18, 19, 20. Like, that was just, and I think I was so stuck in the fact that we grew up together. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be safe with him. He's not going to do me wrong. Dirty dog. Saying that we need to get married, telling me to call the people so we can get the marriage license going. Like, what's the rush? And he was like, oh, you switching up now? Now you saying you want to wait till I get out? Yeah. I don't know how you're going to be. It's bad enough that you go to prison every other 2 to 3 years. Like, your longest gap, and then you go around bragging about, hey, I've been out for 4 years. That's the longest I ever been out. Huh? I've never been locked up. So I don't feel you on that part. You feel me? Like, don't try to say I'm switching up because I want to wait to see how you are out here. That's the real world. You could read me a Dr. Seuss little book. You could read me anything in the world. and make it sound marshmallows and fairies and butterflies. But when it come out, it's going to be something totally different. And people have to learn to accept that. I don't want to be married just to say I'm married. I want to be married because I love that person. I want to be with that person. I see myself spending the rest of my life with that person. I don't want to be with that person just because somebody says, we need to get married. I love you so much. This is what we should do. No, marriage is something serious. So I'm not going to sit here and marry inmates that are locked up. That's selling me a dream that's not even real, especially if none of my people would come. Every single person asked me if something was mentally wrong with me. They asked me if I was disturbed. Is everything going like okay in my life? Did I need to talk to somebody? Because that's not normal. They said that that was not common sense. They said even a toddler would know that that's not common sense. Who marries someone and doesn't know how they're going to be when they get out? Like, that's not even realistic. Like, that's not even logical. And I literally had to step back and be like, what are you doing? Like, get yourself together. Come on. You a bad bitch. You don't need to be doing stuff like here. That's sucker. That's buster shit to me. That's not loving yourself enough to believe a man behind a wall when these men is lying to us right in our face that's not even locked up. Like, come on, get serious. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today, is how please, and if people, like I said, everybody's situation is not going to be the same. Some people are happily married that men were locked up in prison and then they got married. But like I said, I had to, for my comfort and what I needed to do, I wanted to make sure when that person came out that I knew exactly who they were, that I was comfortable around them. I'm not going to marry somebody over a phone. Like, that don't even sound normal. The one guy was supposed to be over the phone because at the time they weren't doing the people coming face to face where you can get married with a priest over the phone. And the other one, I was going to go up there. But without no family members. And like I said, sometimes it's good to not have family members there if they're evil, if they're not going to be good benefits to be there. But I love my family. I would never want them to not see me get married, or my kids. I want them to know when I walk down the aisle, this is somebody who I want to be with. Not an inmate that when they get out, they're going to switch up, take your money, run off whoever they was messaging on JPay, whatever they was doing. Like, we don't need none of that. So, moral of this story, think before doing something stupid, because I could have been literally an idiot sitting here right now, probably crying, saying a whole different tune and a whole different story, divorced already 2 times, but I don't got to go through that because I got smart up here. Yes. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with more stories. Bye.